I've still got some details to tend to on some of my tree trunks. First will be to add some branch details with my palette knife. For this, I'll use the same base trunk colors. You can see how the knife, dipped like a pen quill, can make some nice lines. This makes an ideal branch drawing tool. For the larger branch, I'll paint it in again with my rigger brush. Then texture it by scraping with a palette knife. And I'll shade the bottom edge of the fallen tree to give it some more shape. You can see that I've painted over the white shapes on the upper portion of the fallen trunk that were mistakenly masked. But not to worry, a little brown paint and palette knife scraping turns the area into bark. And with some cobalt blue, I'm going to darken the left-hand tree trunk even more, as it appears still to be too light in contrast to its surrounding tree. Then with my palette knife and trunk colors again, I'll pull in some detail branches within the foliage of the green trees. The sunlight is actually hitting the outer edge of some of my shaded snow clumps. A good way to brighten or whiten some of these edges is with a straight-edged razor blade. Like I said before, why cover perfectly good white paper with white paint? It might be a good idea to practice this on scrap paper of the same weight. You just want to scrape deep enough to expose the white again. This is not very deep. Make sure that you're using a sharp razor. So you can see that it's simply edge highlights that I'm trying to accomplish. I try to do these highlights fairly sparingly so as not to dilute their visual impact. Less is more. As a final step, I'll erase any visible pencil lines with my kneaded eraser. Well, that's it. A warm winter snow scene painted with watercolors. I think that you'll agree that the toils with a toothpick applying all of that masking has paid off. You really can't get this effect any other way, and you certainly can't get this effect with any other medium. I'll admit I'm a bit biased, but there's really no substitute for watercolors when painting wild places. Thanks for following along. Whatever you do, don't let your paints dry out. I'll see you next time.